Welcome back to Treasure Quest Finding's weekly treasure hunt series. My name is Angeline, and I'm going to be your tour guide. Each week for our treasure hunts, we walk around the shop, select 10 treasures, tag them with a little blue dot, and then that treasure is 20% off for the week. Sale periods run from Friday to Friday, and videos drop on Thursday nights, so make sure you subscribe to be the first to know. Treasures are sold on a first-come, first-served basis. So if you want to claim your favorite before someone else does, simply give us a call or send us an email and we can hold that treasure until you can get to the shop, or we can ship it out to you. Now, before we jump into the blue dot selection, let me go ahead and tell you about our anniversary celebration. So May 29th through 31st, we celebrate our 8-year anniversary here in Apex. As part of that celebration weekend, we have a kids prize wheel. Kids can spin a wheel and get a prize just for being a kid. We have prize packs that you can enter to win, which are always pretty awesome. And then the best part is the entire shop is 20% off. Not the mining and the geode cracking, but the whole rest of the store. So we hope you'll join us. Please mark your calendar. Thank you. All right, folks, let's go ahead and get started. And for treasure number 1, we're going to start off by picking a piece of selenite. So we have selenite that's from both Mexico and Morocco. And the Moroccan material are these pieces, and then they're the shaped pieces as well. The Mexican material are these guys in the back. And so we're gonna pick this one. They call these selenite fish tail or fish scale formation. And what they're speaking to is the pattern in which the crystal grew. And it's super cool. I love this material. This piece is $18. And let's take a closer look. There, now we can see this a bit better when it catches the light. All right, so this $18 piece of selenite will be treasure number 1. And selenite metaphysically is used to cleanse and purify and charge other crystals. There we go. And for treasure number 2, we're gonna pick a piece of Ethiopian opal pendants. So we have Ethiopian opal specimens that are $24 a piece, and then we have pendants that are set in silver. We have these raw pieces, we have these raw pieces and then faceted pieces, and I really like the colors in this raw piece. So let's take a closer look at this one. There we go. Look how much green is in this piece. This is and some teal blue, a little bit of red and orange. So this is a raw piece. It's been polished a little bit to smooth out the edges, and it's bezel set in sterling silver. And then it has a very simple chain that has 2 notches, so it can be worn as a 16-inch chain or an 18-inch chain. And this little beauty is $42. And look at that, I love it so much. Opal is the birthstone for the month of October. And this will be treasure number 2. And for treasure number 3, we're gonna pick a piece of green opal. So the Ethiopian opal pendant we just filmed is precious opal, and green opal is considered common opal. And check out that color. Isn't that amazing and vibrant? So this material is from Madagascar. We have it in palm stones and then these polished freeform shapes. Let's take a closer look at this one. They have such amazing little patterns in there and dappling and a kind of a crackled appearance. We've got some open pockets so you can see inside. And I like this one. I like this river of agate right there. That is super cool. Okay, so this piece of green opal is $32. And metaphysically, green opal stands for strengthening relationships and preparing for change. Beautiful material. This will be treasure number 3. And for treasure number 4, we're gonna pick a piece of copper. So we have some copper slices that are from Michigan, and this is the copper in its native rock, or its host rock. So these are just native copper ore slices, and they have such amazing color patterns. So we have these deep, deep greens with the white, and then these red patches, and it is difficult to choose. So Let's pick, I like this one. Let's pick this one. This is a $42 piece. And check it out when you can see the copper in the light. Look how much copper is in this piece. It's so wonderful. Let's take a look at the back side. So this is the material before it's been polished, just raw. And what they do is they'll apply a clear epoxy finish to one surface. And that not only protects the copper and prevents it from oxidizing, but it makes it look wet and glossy and just really accentuates the color of the material. So this will be treasure number 4, this beautiful piece of copper ore from Michigan. And for treasure number 5, we're going to stick with copper and pick one of these. So these are copper pieces from Arizona. And so the copper's been melted down and splashed on the ground. And once it solidifies, it's heat treated. So they'll hold kind of like a blowtorch, right, to the material. And that the heat is what gives the piece these amazing colors. And these are tough to choose from, but I like this one. So we'll choose this one right here. This is they're all $76. And look at all those cool colors in there. I don't even have words to describe all of the different colors. I need a box of crayons to help me with that. And that's the reverse side. Pretty neat, right? So there we go. We'll have this one, this piece of copper from Arizona, be treasure number 5 for this week. And for treasure number 6, we're going to pick a piece of sodalite. We have sodalite from Brazil that is in several different shapes. We have some PowerPoints, towers, slices, and then cut base chunks, if you will, right? Big pieces of the rock that have been cut and polished on the surface. But for this week, I want to pick one of the PowerPoint pieces. And PowerPoint is a word that's used to describe when the sides are raw and then the top is polished into this point. This one's really pretty. It has the dark blue veins or patches, the white patches, the peach pink colors. It's a nice little piece. This is a $20 piece. And let's figure out what it stands for. Let me read the sign here. So, metaphysically, sodalite is believed to enhance insight and intuition, releases self-judgment, and supports enlightenment. There we go. Treasure number 6. I don't know, that blue dot blends in pretty well with that material. I'll have to find another way to display that dot. For treasure number 7, we're going to pick one of these quartz geodes. So these quartz geode pieces are from Morocco. We have this really big one, so I want to pick this really big one. I'll just leave it there for a minute. It is pretty heavy. And let's take a closer look. So these guys are from Morocco. We split them. And then you can see the beautiful crystals inside. So metaphysically, clear quartz is believed to promote clarity of thought and support a balanced, that's heavy, balanced mind, amplifying energy, and clearing away negativity. This is such a big piece. I don't even know if you can kind of get a feel for how big it is with me holding it like this, but this is a $38 quartz geode piece, and this will be treasure number 7. Now, those stands are sold separately. If you need a stand, those are $4. Pretty cool piece. And for treasures 8 through 10, we're going to head down the hall. And we're going to pick a piece of moss agate for this week. So we have a few moss agate big towers, this gorgeous skull, some small towers, cute, adorable little mushrooms, and then these cool freeform shapes. So I want to pick one of the cool freeform shapes, and I think I'm going to pick this one. This is a $34 piece of moss agate, and I love this because you can see the clear agate rivers running through them, the sparkly white quartz, and then that deep green forest green color
that looks like mossy tendrils, right? Nice piece. Metaphysically, moss agate stands for aiding us in achieving peace, providing balance, and helping us achieve our goals. This is a $34 piece. This will be treasure number 8. And for treasure number 9, we're going to pick a piece of azurite. The azurite material we have is from, oh, my sign says China, but that's not correct. These particular pieces are from Morocco. These pieces are from China. So we're going to pick one of the Moroccan pieces. I like this one. So azurite is the blue, but it's often found with chrysocolla and malachite. And look how pretty and sparkly that is. So this is a $16 little piece. Just a fun addition to your collection, a nice splash of color. And metaphysically, azurite aids in achieving focus, supports mental clarity, and assists in accepting new ideas. So pretty. All right, this is treasure number 9. And for treasure 10, we're gonna pick a mammoth tusk fossil. There, sorry for spinning so quickly. I hope that didn't make you too dizzy. So we have lots and lots of different fossils in these little Riker boxes. Riker box is the word to describe those black cases with the glass surface or glass lid, and they're held together by little pins. And we make all of these little boxes, and that's a great way to build a collection or add to a collection and keep the fossil protected. And we just made some of these bigger pieces of fossil specimens. So we have a really big mammoth tusk piece there, and then this medium size. So I thought we'd pick this one. This is a $32 mammoth tusk fragment. And like I mentioned, those are the pins, so you can open the case by pulling these pins and then lifting the lid off, and then you can explore your fossil a bit more. So this tusk piece specifically is from Siberia. And isn't that cool? So these are found in the permafrost, and that's why they're so well preserved. So there we go. This will be treasure number 10, this mammoth tusk. Now let's retrace our steps.
That'll do it for this week's treasure hunt. Thank you so much for shopping with us. We hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next time.